Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka a day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 28 of chapter 9. Shubha Shubha Palairevam
Shubha Shubha Palairevam
Mokshase Karma Bandhanaihi
Mokshase Karma Bandhanai
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma
Vimukto Mamupaishyasi.
Vimukto Mam Upaishyasi.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shubha,
Shubha
from auspicious.
from auspicious.
Ashubha,
Ashubha
and inauspicious.
and inauspicious.
Phalaihi,
Palaihi
results.
results.
Evam,
Evam
thus.
thus
Mokshase,
mokshase
you will become free.
you will become free.
Karma,
Karma
of work.
of work.
Bandhanaihi,
Bandhanaihi
from the bondage.
from the bondage.
Sannyasa,
Sannyasa
of renunciation.
of renunciation.
Yoga,
Yoga
the yoga.
the yoga.
Yukta Atma,
Yukta Atma
having the mind firmly set on.
having the mind firmly set on.
Vimuktaha,
Vimuktaha
liberated.
liberated.
Mam,
Mam
to me.
to me.
Upaishyasi,
Upaishyasi
you will attain.
you will attain.
Translation: in this way you will be freed
In this way you will be freed
from bondage to work
from bondage to work
and its auspicious and inauspicious results.
and its auspicious and inauspicious results.
With your mind fixed on me,
With your mind fixed on me,
in this principle of renunciation,
in this principle of renunciation,
you will be liberated
you will be liberated
and come to me.
and come to me.
So in yesterday's shloka, the Lord says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in charity, all of that, you do it, you offer it to me first. The result of doing that is explained in this shloka. Let's get into the purport written by Srila Prabhupada. So the fastest way for us to make a rapid spiritual advancement, even if we don't have devotion in the beginning, is to offer everything to Krishna. Every single act, every single thought, everything to Krishna. So Prabhupada writes, one who acts in Krishna consciousness under the superior direction is called Yukta. The technical term is Yukta Vairagya. This is further explained by Rupa Goswami as follows. Anasaktasya vishayan yathartam upayunjatah nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. This is from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Canto 1, Chapter 2, verse 255. Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in this material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. Therefore, if actions are performed and the fruits are given to Krishna, then that is called Yukta Vairagya. Actually, situated in renunciation, such activities clear the mirror of the mind. And as the actor gradually makes progress in spiritual realization, he becomes completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we recite the Sikshastakam every day. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam. Cheto darpanamarjanam the mirror of the heart, all the dust that is accumulated on the heart. Simply by offering everything to Krishna, and of course, chanting as well, slowly elevates our consciousness. And that is how we make progress on the path of spiritual realization. Therefore, at the end, he becomes liberated. And this liberation is also specified. By this liberation, he does not become one with the Brahma Jyotir, but rather enters into the planet of the Supreme Lord. It is clearly mentioned here, Mam Upaishyasi. He comes to me, back home, back to Godhead. There are 5 different stages of liberation, and here it is specified that the devotee who has always lived his lifetime here under the direction of the Supreme Lord, as stated, has evolved to the point where he can, after quitting his body, go back to Godhead and engage directly in the association of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada is talking about the 5 different types of liberation. The first type of liberation is called Sayujya, where you actually want to merge with the Supreme Lord. And since you cannot really merge with the Supreme Lord, you can only merge into the Brahma Jyotir that is emanating from the Lord. Then the other kind of liberation, the second kind of liberation, is Salokya, where you enter into the planets where the Lord is residing, and that's where you stay. Then there is a liberation that is called Sarshti. Sarshti means you have the exact same opulence as the Supreme Lord. And so that is Sayujya. Then Sarshti we talked about. Sarupya. The Sarupya, the other type of liberation, is where you get the same form as the Supreme Lord. And then the final type of liberation is called Samipya, where you are in proximity to the Supreme Lord and you are offering your services to him. So Sayujya, Salokya, Sarupya, Sarshti, and Samipya. These are the 5 types of liberation. So what is the essence of this? That love is not just a feeling, it is really about giving, right? You can't say, I love someone, I love someone, I love someone, and leave it at that. Loving means service. So without serving the other person, there's no concept of love. So love is giving of yourself to that person. So this giving aspect of devotion is conveyed in a 3-verse sequence in the Bhagavad Gita. This particular slide is actually Chaitanya Charan Prabhu's explanation of the shloka, of how these 3 shlokas, 26, 27, and 28, are all connected. This giving aspect of devotion is conveyed in a 3-verse sequence in the Bhagavad Gita, 26 to 28, that describes the performance of Bhakti Yoga at an advanced and not so advanced levels. So the advanced level is to do everything with love and affection for the Lord. The not so advanced level is we have not developed love, but at least we are offering everything to the Supreme Lord. Advanced devotees offer Krishna their heart and their entire being. Even if constrained circumstances compel them to keep their practical offering very simple, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or just a little water, their mood of giving still pleases Krishna. Not so advanced devotees can cultivate that same giving mood by offering to Krishna whatever work they do, which is the shloka that we covered yesterday. Yad juhoshi yadashnasi. If they steadily offer him the things dear to them, at their level of consciousness, they gradually rise to life's supreme perfection, eternal love for Krishna. When we cultivate this giving aspect of devotion, we can transcend the unsteadiness that characterizes our spiritual practice when it's driven primarily by feelings. Rather than obsessing over how we feel while practicing bhakti, We focus on giving ourselves in committed service to Krishna, which is why seva is a critical component of practicing Bhakti Yoga. There is an internal component and there is an external component. The internal component is devotion. The external component is service. Therefore, Prabhupada defines bhakti as devotional service. The resulting connection with him gradually makes us feel spiritually fulfilled. The Bhakti Yoga process trains us to love Sri Krishna. Spiritual discipline is the road to freedom and not a roadblock. Yesterday, when we had posted our video on the YouTube channel, there was a question posed by someone about Kriya Yoga is the faster way to get to Krishna. That is not what Krishna is saying at all. It is only Bhakti Yoga that trains you to love him. All other processes of yoga, there is not a direct connection to Krishna. You are worshipping Krishna indirectly. So Bhakti Yoga process is the only process that trains one to love Krishna. And therefore, it is necessary for us to have that spiritual discipline. Our sadhana determines the road to freedom. So our spiritual discipline cannot be seen as a roadblock to get to God realization. Initially, we need this sadhana. And eventually, when it ends in prema, then you really don't need sadhana anymore. Although one doesn't need sadhana anymore, Srila Prabhupada and Srila Rupa Goswami says, even the most exalted devotee never give up their sadhana. Even though they are already self-realized, they don't have to chant. They already love the Lord. But still, the most exalted devotee, the highest form of love that they have for the Supreme Lord, even they practice sadhana every day. So what to speak about neophyte devotees like ourselves? We have to make sure that our sadhana is top-notch. So again, what is the Lord saying? If you offer everything that you do to him, then you reach that stage of akarma. Both your pious credits and impious credits are negated. And then you come to the platform of when you start thinking about the Supreme Lord in the mood of renunciation. And then Krishna says, you will be liberated and come to me.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.